Back a while in mini trucking, like to the roots. So that brings Marty Smith. Marty's life in the mini truck world started actually with a Datsun 510 station wagon when he was in a club in San Diego called the Dead End Kids. At the time, it was the only club that included small cars and trucks. They were pretty segregated in most clubs. In 1975, Marty decided to go to a mini truck run with the club called The Great Escape, and Marty's first exposure to the really custom mini truck world. There he saw a 521 Datsun. That's long before most of you guys. It was a 69 truck. Built by a good friend of mine named Darrell Eve. It was a truck called Don't Eat Yellow Snow. And it was one of the first really top mini trucks in Southern California or anywhere. So shortly after that, Marty sold the wagon, bought a stripped stock Datsun 620, later became known as the Hobbit. The Hobbit was a truck Marty built. He added a custom snug top cab high shell, did one of the first walkthroughs before people really understood what that was all about. But the claim to fame on that truck is Marty had murals painted on the side from the book, The Hobbit, long before it was movies or anything else. Each side was different on that thing. And it was a guy named Luke, that did all that painting. And then Ed's Auto Art did the pinstriping, while the late Gary Glenn, who was a legend in pinstriping and stuff, did the tailgate and gold leaf. The truck had also featured one of the first fiberglass cowl induction hoods, matching flares, spoiler, all that good stuff that we were doing back then. Marty did the whole interior in a brown Naugahyde button tuck with brass buttons, and he did it all himself. It had a TV, icebox, fold-down bar. He showed it on the ISCA show circuit and at many truck runs, and he won many, many awards along the way. In 1978, think about that for a second, it was on the feature of a magazine called Mini Trucker. That's not Mini Truck, it was long before Mini Truck. It was then later featured in Truckin' Magazine. By then, he had been hanging out with a club called San Diego Small Trucks. Some of you know Alan Paradise. Alan was in that club at one point also. But most of that truck was about off-road, and so there were a few street guys, and those guys left and started United Truckers San Diego. Marty became the Southern California Mini Truck Council rep for that club, and that's where he met Paul Casillas, who was then the president of the council. In 1977, Marty moved up to Orange County, where he joined Tin Can Truckers. That's where I met Marty. And a bunch of us decided to leave that club and start a new club of our own. With two of the Mini Truck Council presidents, Paul Casillas and Joe Simmons, we started a club called California's Finest. Marty sold the Hobbit and built the Ocean Toad, another pretty famous truck that was painted by a fellow Hall of Famer from last year, Pete Santini. Unfortunately, the Hobbit kind of saw an unseemly end when my business partner bought it in an insurance auction after it had been stolen, wrecked, and stripped. But the cool thing was Max gave Marty the chrome tailgate handles off it, and those went on the Ocean Toad. Once Marty was up in Orange County, his first job was ad sales for Mini Trucker and Van News magazine. That led to him doing freelance tech articles for Truckin' Magazine along with photo shoots. In 1979, Tom McMullen of Truckin' Magazine talked to Marty, and they started a column called Just Mini Truckin'. It was all about mini truck news, event coverage, and parts for mini trucks. He was offered the editorship of Truckin' in 1980, but turned it down, and that is when Dick DeLoach became the editor. Marty started working for me at the Mini Truck store, which was the first place in the country that sold nothing but mini truck custom parts. And he decided to leave the magazine then to do full-time graphic design, so I took over that column. It was about that time that Truckin' Magazine thought maybe there's something to this mini truck movement, and they decided to start a magazine out of that column called Mini Truckin'. So Marty was offered it, I was offered it. We both decided we were in a different place at that time and went on. So Marty went on to work for quite a few companies that were pioneers in this industry, like Stoll Grills, Pickup Parts Company, Charlie's Off-Road, Van Mart, Happy Days Louver Company. He designed the logo for the world-famous Coonan Datsun valve cover. He did ads for HKS, Mikuni Carbs, Hobrecht roll bars, along with Redline Weber carburetors. Today, he's an award-winning digital technical illustrator. He's done stuff for most all the Japanese automakers, including Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Subaru, Mazda, Infiniti. He's been featured on how-to books on Adobe Illustrator and has written articles with editorial spreads in Road and Track. He's also had big customers like Formula 409, Birkenstock, WD-40. He even designed the illustrated logo for the Mighty Ducks animated TV series. So, although he's left the mini truck world as a participant, he does have a customized Scion XB van, but don't hold that against him. Marty's been at this a long time, like I say, since the 70s. I'd like you to welcome and congratulate my friend Marty Smith on his induction for the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Go then.
I think Don said it all. I've been doing this a while, and I left before most people even knew what mini trucks were. Thank you, the committee, for the nominee, and thank you very much. An honor to have this award. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.